The Sonic the Hedgehog series isn't exactly known for being funny, but there's certainly been moments over the years where it's gotten a pretty good laugh out of me.
And you're asking so nice.
Good one, buddy.
Thanks.
Today, we're gonna look at 10 of the funniest moments across the Sonic universe, and if I miss one of your favorites, definitely let me know down below. Also, these are in no particular order, so let's start with this iconic line.
Where's that damn fourth Chaos Emerald? I love that. I do like that one. Yeah.
Shadow the Hedgehog goes for a super edgy and mature tone that I just cannot take seriously. It's been criticized to death for being too dark for a Sonic game, but did anybody see this shit and genuinely take it to heart? I mean seriously, even as a kid, I thought Shadow was cool as f***, and him cussing and having all these weapons was rad, but him going full Rambo has always just looked silly. Watching a cartoony, talking hedgehog run around committing felonies is too good, but the best line from the entire game has got to be this one.
This is like taking candy from a baby, which is fine by me.
It's so unnecessarily cold, and the fact that he confirms to himself that it's fine by me is so stupid. I love it.
It's been generations since I seen you.
I hate Sonic Forces. I forgot to say it last time, so I'll get it nice and cleared up here, but I finally found something redeeming about it. So they marketed it as a follow-up to the well-received Sonic Colors and Sonic Generations, left out the poorly received games in between, and baited everyone in with the return of Classic Sonic, meaning more Generations levels, and then we got poo. They tricked me, and they tried to trick even more people by having them associate Sonic Forces with Hooters. I wish I were kidding. In late 2017, Sega and Sonic Team ran a collaboration with Hooters in Japan and marketed the game at select locations with cutouts, coaster giveaways, Sonic plushies that brought back the soap shoes, busty women, and live music performances. Yeah, they had all the waitresses dance to the game's vocal theme Fist Bump, and I can't find any footage of it unfortunately, but those poor girls. This was announced at the esteemed Tokyo Game Show, and Sonic producer Takashi Iizuka himself was on stage flexing the partnership. I don't get it. I guess Sonic canonically pulls human women on multiple occasions. That's absurd.
I'll be able to keep my eyes on you.
Ugh.
If Amy found out about that last one, I'm pretty sure Sonic wouldn't be around anymore. This girl's got a lot of quirky traits. From her girlish intuition to blatant racism, there's some intrigue and entertainment value there, but I think the funniest was her Knuckles abuse era. For whatever reason, as they made Knuckles more of an idiot, they made Amy more violent toward him, the Generation schmack being the highlight of it. But in the rewrite, they took out so much of the knockback and oomph. I mean, what the hell was that? I thought we were all for empowering women.
What? Just because I'm a meathead doesn't mean I'm not a feminist.
See, even he gets it. But the same thing basically happens again in Sonic Lost World. She shoves him out of the way and he gets carted off by little animals. This is the guardian of the Master Emerald from a tribe of warriors, and she's a fangirl. What? Sonic tries really hard to keep his middle name a secret. He often jokes about it being Speed or Fast.
I thought your middle name was The.
But he actually slips up in issue number 53 of the Sonic Archie comics and reveals it's none other than Maurice. Sonic Maurice Hedgehog. It does not fit, but hey, it's just a comic, it's not actually canon, right? Well, it wasn't, but as of 2022, it's been fully confirmed by the Netflix series Sonic Prime, and that's apparently canon. In the description for the show on mobile devices in certain regions, it flat out says his middle name is Maurice, so it's confirmed, and funny as hell. Okay, this moment is probably pretty obvious for some people, but it's one of my personal favorites, so I've gotta include it. In Sonic 06, Silver gets tricked into thinking that Sonic's the reason for his reality being destroyed, so he keeps trying to kill him to stop that from happening. At first, it's Amy that saves Sonic, but then Shadow steps in the way and just isn't putting up with his shit. The cutscene where he saves Sonic uses such overdramatic and high-stakes music.
Nephilis! Why are you getting in my way?
I'm Shadow. Shadow the Hedgehog.
And after the ensuing boss fight, it cuts to them in silence trying to catch their breath, then Silver goes batshit and just charges him, and Shadow uses Chaos Control to literally cease the flow of time just to teach this boy a lesson. And the little look back Silver does afterwards is so fucking dumb. The sound effects are super satisfying though. This pick's another pretty notorious one, but it's my favorite moment from my favorite Sonic game, so it's on this list. Sonic approaches Eggman aboard the Ark with all the confidence in the world, and goes to give him a fake Chaos Emerald in exchange for letting Amy go. But after he gets caught in a capsule, Eggman calls their bluff and Tails falls right for his trap.
You thought you could trick me with that fake emerald, didn't you?
So, how did you know it wasn't the real one?
Tails!
Because you just told me, Fox Boy.
Eggman's response to it goes so hard, and Tails is f***ing dumbfounded. This whole sequence is peak Sonic the Hedgehog storytelling. I wouldn't change a thing about it. But while on the topic of SA2, the Eggman ass scratch gets me every time. The fact that arms are disconnected in almost every cutscene is funny as shit. And the Big the Cat Easter egg is awesome, but when you try and imagine how he's getting himself into these situations, it gets even better. Like, what the f*** are you doing? The original Sonic Adventure has some goofy moments here and there, but the unintentional funniest scene is at the end of the game. After Sonic defeats Perfect Chaos, Tikal and a now peaceful Chaos Zero reunite and ascend into the sky, leaving the main cast alone to reflect on their journey. The music completely cuts out, and it pans to show the rest of the characters sharing a moment of silence in the decimated remains of Station Square. It's a serene and serious moment, and Tails decides to break the silence with the most cliché and cheesy thing ever.
All's well that ends well, right?
This dude's definitely on some shit. We're coming back to comic book Sonic, because this stuff is unhinged, and while it's not canon to the games, it's some of the funniest stuff. Sonic straight up tells Shadow to go get some bitches. It's right there, clear as day. I mean, it's gotta be hard for a guy with such particular taste.
I just love Latinas, Sonic.
And the next panel has Shadow immediately getting back at him by elbowing him straight in the nuts. You know what? Fair enough.
If you don't know how to floss, you'll be lost without me.
The Sonic movies aren't particularly funny. I think they're great films that bring the characters to the big screen better than any other video game adaptation, but the humor is clearly more directed at kids. I mean, the flossing, the endless fart jokes, it's no secret, but there are some mildly funny lines here and there, and with the new movie coming out, I feel like I have to include at least one. At the beginning of Sonic Movie 2, Sonic falls off their little fishing boat and panics because he obviously can't swim, and decides to blurt out,
If I die, don't look in my closet!
what could possibly be in that closet?
Ooh, son Amy. Spicy.
Okay, I've made it this far into a funny Sonic Moments video without mentioning the clear-cut funniest Sonic media of all time, the Sonic Boom animated series. This show is comedic gold, and in itself would have made up this entire list. So instead, here's a top 10 within a top 10 of my favorite moments throughout the series.
Ah, so it's a me burger. An Amy burger. See, I took the original name and did a clever twist on it using your name.
Yeah, clever.
I thought it was clever, Sonic.
Don't patronize me.
The cold is unbearable. For the first time in my life, I actually considered wearing pants. Desperate times indeed.
Yeah, but imagine if you were an outside observer just watching pieces of the conversation. You see them too? Is this a towel?
What am I supposed to cover with that? Are you making fun of me?
It's like Mardi Gras in my mouth. Only no one in my mouth is handing out beads. You got me covered?
Roger.
Who's Roger?
He's talking to me. They wanted to put me in the beginner's class with the little kids. I can't be swimming around with a bunch of 5-year-olds. They can be so cruel when they sense weakness.
That's why on the first day, you have to beat up the biggest one in the yard.
Knuckles, that's prison.
Only if you let it be.
It's 2:30 in the afternoon. People are trying to sleep. Yeah, let's feed it a chili dog. Everyone loves chili dogs.
I don't think he can eat solid food.
Well, then put it in the blender.
Well, if you say so.
The chili dog, not the baby!
Can the young woman break the glass ceiling and prove once and for all that a female can be just as good an athlete as a male?
You know, Amy, anytime someone calls attention to the breaking of gender rules, it ultimately undermines the concept of gender equality by implying that this is an exception and not the status quo.
I saw that this show turned 10 years old this week, and that blew my mind. This is one of my favorite cartoons to go back and watch, and I always find new jokes when I revisit it, so I hope you guys enjoyed that little compilation. But if I missed something that made you laugh, definitely let me know down in the comments, and thank you so much for watching.